BeerStreet boys, alright!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BeerStreet Boys. This is Fight Club with a bit of a difference tonight.
Oh, beer fight club.
Beers with spirits.
Oh,
Spirits. Let's try to taste the spirits. So we've got here
What?
this got a slow gin Gose.
Yeah.
Sorbet sour. So we've got a sour with apparently a gin.
Okay. Do you like
Inspiration.
I love
You
gin.
love gin,
I
okay.
love gin.
Alright.
I'll just let you
So
know that
in the
it's
corner we got gin.
from Duncan's though.
I'd love to have a gin with Duncan.
Love
I'd
it.
love to have
Fox
a gin with.
hat here. Who doesn't want a fox hat? I'd love one if they were available. From the Bearded Mongrel, which this guy. Right now, it's a bourbon barreled aged stout.
Okay.
Wow.
So I want to know in this fight club if we're going to get a gin or
Jesus.
a gin. Easy.
It's all good. It's fine.
Gin or
Spider.
bourbon. So let's try.
I
The
love
spirit-
gin. I love bourbon. It's a close one.
I love gin more than bourbon probably, but What's the
and
first
I
one?
love bourbon more than gin. So, what do you love more, Stewie? Come on. What do you love more?
Bourbon.
Oh.
I grew up as a Guns N' Roses fan in
course you
the
did.
80s and early
Yeah.
90s. So by the time I got to high school, all I remembered is all the posters I had was Axl Rose with an open bottle of like Jim Beam or something in front of him, or Slash with some Jack Daniels. Let's go to the gin.
Okay.
all right.
See if we can get some gin.
So we're going for gin
Yes.
flavored beer.
So our criteria is what is true more to the flavour, either the gin or the bourbon barrels.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. Alright.
It doesn't smell like any gin to me.
It tastes like gin.
Oh,
Salty.
very.
Oh, it's a good beer. I'm enjoying it.
Loose.
I'm like
loose.
you. I'm swaying.
A little bit of citrus, juniper.
It's not bad. Like it's drinkable. Tangy.
Nah, that's a good beer.
It's still keeping a bit of a head. You can see that. Getting
I mean,
malty
we've had a
matches.
couple of beers recently that have been quasi gin flavoured, which were quasi not. I do feel gin notes in there. I'll leave a little bit left over so I can compare it to the bourbon.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go, bourbon.
Looking for bourbon.
Oh, it smells like
smells
bourbon.
good.
Smells
Straight off the
good.
bat.
Oh yeah, I can smell that.
Oh, straight away. No question
Okay.
whatsoever.
Oh, right. So that's aged in a bourbon barrel.
Smacked it right in the
The
face.
fox hat. What's the ABV on that one? Do you reckon?
8.
6.7.
10.8.
Okay. That's a beer that has notes of bourbon. Proper notes. Like hard written footnotes.
If we're going on a fight club here where your parameters, Stewie, were which one tastes more like the spirit,
Yep.
the bourbon wins hands down.
Without fail.
Yeah.
With it.
But you know why? Because I think it's more difficult to get floral rather than sort of sweet, tangy bourbon flavour. You can call me out in YouTube land, but I have never heard of a gin barrel before.
Nothing's
Whereas
ever
you can
what is
take
it?
a bourbon barrel and flavour the beer in the bourbon barrels for a long time, and everything soaks in. It's all really nice and beautiful.
Sure.
Whereas the gins, I think gin, the flavour happens at the distillation.
Yeah, sure.
I think it's an uneven bout.
Which do you prefer?
It doesn't matter about the process, just like who came true.
Which one tastes more like beer? That's an interesting question. Because when I drink the gin, I can also taste the malt. And I can also taste the beer flavour. When I drink the bourbon, wow, the bourbon flavour is very strong.
It's good, isn't it?
It's very good.
This is a more successful beer. It's strong, it's full in flavour. I'm going for the gin.
I'm definitely all about the darkness, the wonderfulness, the bourboniness of this, and the balance is fantastic.
The bourbon flavoured beer is really going down nicely. The gin also. I don't know.
Call it.
I'm gonna go the bourbon.
Dum,
Yummy.
Dum dum dum.
cheers.
Subscribe.
Dum, dum, dum.